Hello fellow muggles and welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and today for Halloween we are going to build Hogwarts, the school of witchcraft and wizardry from the Harry Potter series in The Sims 4. I tried my very best to include almost everything that this school has and it is referenced in the books and in the movies to put this into the builds, so I really hope that you're gonna like this, and without further ado, let's get started. So we start on the 64 by 64 lot in Windenburg, but you can already see that I have this glowing purple border all around, and this is because I already knew at this point how big the magic HQ from the Realm of Magic pack is going to be, and I wanted Hogwarts to fit in there. And by the way, this build will fit on the Magic HQ lot. So if you have the Realm of Magic and you have the magical world that comes with it, you can place this there, and then you can finally have Hogwarts where it belongs, in the Realm of Magic in The Sims 4. So yeah, this is why I have this border, and I used a blueprint that a fan made of Hogwarts, and it was really helpful, so I could basically only look at this blueprint and kind of try to make it work proportional wise in The Sims 4. And I really think that it was difficult, but I think that I got all the proportions right, so to speak. Please be aware that of course Hogwarts has, I think, 8 levels or something. Like I think at one point in the books it said that the Gryffindor common room is, for example, in the 7th floor, somewhere in the tower. And of course we don't have 7 floors in The Sims 4, we only have 4. And I think we also have 4 basement floors. So I had to shrink down a lot here to make the proportions of all the little towers work to one another. And of course, like, the biggest tower is the one that you can see on the left next to the Great Hall. That is a very prominent tower. And yeah, it was for me kind of like a point where I knew, okay, this tower has to be the biggest tower, you know, proportional wise to everything else. And then kind of that was my reference, how big all the other rooms and towers had to be like. And I also read a lot about Hogwarts itself. I wrote about the production design. I wrote a lot of the reference from the books I tried to put in here as well. It was also kind of interesting to know how some rooms, for example, later in the interior design are situated, or where they are, because in the movies, like we already had with so many of the other builds that come from movies, in The Sims 4 we have that problem that of course Hogwarts doesn't exist in real life, so they had to come up with different kind of locations where they filmed this and later put this all together. So I had the problem, of course, that some pieces aren't as, let's just say, like in the movies. So, but since Harry Potter is also books, I can always say, hey, this is how it is in the books. So I'm pretty safe on that side, but still it was kind of fiddly, so to speak. But yeah, I really liked and enjoyed the whole build, guys. It took me, I think, about 40 hours in total to build this whole thing, with furnishing, with everything. And this makes it my second longest build that I ever did in The Sims 4. And I really hope that you like it, especially now that, you know, we had Realm of Magic and now University coming pretty soon on the 15th of November, I think. This means there is school and there is, you know, University and there is magic. And I thought, hey, I mean, if I don't do Hogwarts now, I don't know when. You know, it just had to be. So yeah, this is basically what we are doing here. We are doing basically like a university build but also magical, and therefore it's Hogwarts. And you guys have been asking for Hogwarts so many times during all of my years here on YouTube. You have been asking for it, and I'm pretty happy to say, okay, here finally you have it. I'm pretty happy about it. I tried my best, of course, and I really hope that you can see that it actually is supposed to be Hogwarts. I think that was like my main priority. I wanted it to look like Hogwarts in the movie, you know, like people have as reference. For the whole Hogwarts build from the exterior, there has been some changes throughout the movies, by the way, which is something that I didn't recognize. But now looking at all the reference pictures, also rewatching lots of the movies again, I realized that the left part is almost untouched, but the right part, you know, that you can see that it's basically two houses, so to speak, two castles, whatever. And yeah, I have a wedding or something in the background. I don't know what's going on the street. Sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, the right part of it with the astronomy tower, I think it's called, for example, has changed quite a bit. Especially that tower, the astronomy tower. Sometimes it's round in reference pictures. Sometimes it's square-shaped. I chose, of course, the square shape because we don't have round walls in The Sims 4. So yeah, keep this in mind that I sometimes had to, of course, change stuff, you know, and see how all the proportions look like, and that the biggest tower is still the tower on the left, the big one, where later on, by the way, the moving stairs will be. So I first thought that I can make this happen. But yeah, what we will have in there is, of course, common rooms and dorms for all of the 4 houses, which is Hufflepuff, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and of course Gryffindor. I am a Hufflepuff myself, so if you are a Hufflepuff, hey, I think we have the best common room in this build. Maybe I was a little bit biased. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, we have that. We have, of course, lots of classrooms that we know from the movies and the books. So there's divination, there is defense against the black arts, alchemy, potions, and the dueling classroom, for example. We also have the not nursery, what's it called? Like the hospital wing, kind of. And also the herbal plant kind of thing. I have no idea what it's called. I'm really sorry. By the way, for those who are interested, I read the books until book number 4. Then I was a little bit too old to be or keep me interested in that. That was basically the time when I was starting to get into boys and I don't know, like other stuff. It kind of didn't make me to read anymore. I kind of lost interest in reading books at this point in life, but of course I watched all of the movies, so hardcore fans may also find some things here that are missing. For example, I will blame this on The Sims 4 restrictions in build mode. Then of course the freedoms I took because it's also based on a book and I wanted it to be accurate for the books and interior design, for example. And of course the changing movie versions of this castle, of Hogwarts Castle, so to speak. So yeah, so if you find anything that is wrong or that could be improved, just write it in the comments down below. If you think that something went really well, just write it in the comments as well. I don't care. But I will read all of your comments about this because it took me so much time, 40 hours of my life, and that's just building. That's just building it. I still had to edit this video. I still had to test this build, by the way, which also takes a lot of time. So yeah, I really hope that you're gonna like this. And here we are already in the interior design. We start with the moving staircase tower. Left to it is the Great Hall, which you won't see here because I did this in a 5-hour live stream with you guys. And I must say that our Great Hall is the best Great Hall that any Sims builder ever built, because you guys helped me so much in these 5 hours just decorating the Great Hall. And it was amazing. And here I'm doing the staircase. So lots and lots of pictures with the talking and moving wizards and witches, of course, and of course we have some winding stairs. And the very upper floor I couldn't put in so many stairs, so I tried to impersonate, I don't know, like rebuild some fake doors so that maybe one of the stairs can get there or whatever. You know, it's kind of like Sims 4 build magic. Here we are in the classroom for Defense Against the Dark Arts, which also changed quite a lot in the movies. But I tried to put in some references here as well. For example, actually hovering over the kids, over the tables, is a huge dragon skeleton, I suppose. We don't have that, of course, so we put the dinosaur head in one of the corners. Of course, we have the black desk and some vases or jars or whatever with this skull in it, and we have some skeletons and werewolf stuff, you know, everything that kind of looks like dark arts, so we gotta put this in here as well. Here is the medical wing, so to speak, you know, that sometimes in the books and also in the movies I think you can see it. We have the injured there, and Madame, now I have to think, I think Madame Pomfrey is the nurse, right? Like the doctor nurse, magic nurse, whatever. Yeah, it has been quite some time. And also keep in mind that I read the books in German, and I also watched some of the movies only in German. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So sometimes I don't know if the you know, the names and stuff are still the same. But yeah. Also we have quite some yards in the Hogwarts. I think we have up to 4. Yeah, on my blueprint I have 4 yards, so to speak. And yeah, it was kind of interesting to make them work so that the Sims can really go into that yard, and it works as kind of like a exterior hallway, so to speak. Here we are in the, what's it called, magical plant classroom, so to speak. In one of the movies I think they have what are they called? I only know the German word for it again. I'm sorry. I know that we have them in the realm of magic as well. These little kind of plants that look like babies. The roots look like babies and scream. I forgot how they're called. But yeah, basically to do something here, we chose, of course, some pumpkins because it's more, I don't know, Harry Potter child friendly to have them. And I also didn't want to put so many debug items in there. Actually, there's only one debug item in there that you also won't see here in this build because it's a secret, because I put the magic door somewhere and your Sims can go through that magic door, and surprise, surprise, they're going to go to a secret room with a very famous mirror in there. So that's also a reference. Here is the alchemy classroom. I had quite a lot of small little classrooms because, yeah, like I said, I had to size down everything so that the proportions work with the high towers and stuff. Here we are in the common room from Gryffindor. This is the first one that I did. We chose, of course, the red and gold here a lot. Keep in mind that, of course, I couldn't make this like in the movies. So the classroom, by the way, the common room, I mean, is in the 7th floor in one of the towers. So this one is not in the basement like the Slytherins and the Hufflepuffs have it. But I try to put in everything that is referenced in the books. So for example, they have like this little board there. And also, of course, they have a fireplace. That's referenced. So we have this here, and I think all of the common rooms will have a fireplace because I just thought it makes so much more sense in like an old castle. It kind of gets really cold, and if you want like a cozy kind of space that is inhibited by lots of kids, crazy kids that have magic powers, I think it's pretty good to make them feel comfy, you know, just so you can avert some kind of crisis or whatever. Actually, like now that I'm getting older, I hate to say this, but the whole concept of Hogwarts is actually super scary. Like unsupervised children with magical powers, and then also puberty being in exact that time when you are at Hogwarts, that must be awesome for the kids, by the way, but still an absolute horror for every teacher, I think, because this is just, oh my god. I mean, the whole thing. I love the Harry Potter books, I love the movies, and I'm pretty much in love with the whole universe. So yeah, I really like that whole thing about how they visualized how the books are, because I think from the books to the movies, this is one of the franchises where I have to say this looks like I imagined it as a kid when I was reading it. You know, there are lots and lots of things where I was, oh my god, I really thought this is how Hogwarts looks, or this is how one of the rooms looks, or, you know, I was pretty stoked. And I don't have that a lot of times when I, you know the reference, like the comics, or I know the books from certain movies that the movies are based on. And then I sometimes have this where I think like, oh my god, this does not look at all like I thought in my mind how it looks. So I have to say, for those who have never read the books, I think that the movies, you know, just visualizing like the production design is really good. This is just how I imagined it, and kudos to all the set designers, all the production designers. They did an awesome job on the whole Harry Potter series. So after we did the dorms for Ravenclaw and Gryffindor, we go to the dueling room, which is actually shot in the Great Hall location. But I wanted it to have here as well, because it's kind of like a very important kind of room in the books. I think in the second one, and if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's this big blue table, and they kind of, you know, duel on this blue table while the other ones are standing around and watch, basically. Here we are in the divination room. I think that one comes in the third movie and book. Of course, we have some crystal balls, which are actually candles. I made them bigger, lots of carpets, and reference to, I would say, Asian, Oriental kind of influences. And also I have some tea sets, because I think in the third book they don't look into the crystal ball, they look at tea, you know, like they read tea, whatever it's called. But yeah. And there are also the bowling balls from the bowling stuff pack. These are supposed to be, of course, magical crystal balls. I mean, yeah. You have to be a little bit more imaginative here for this Hogwarts. I really had to look at all of the things that I could use here to reference stuff. And here we are in the basement already, which has the potions classroom. That one changed also quite a bit through the movies, but I liked one of the screenshots that I found of the movies, which had this very distinct layout and like round tables, or at least one big round table. We are going to put in only round tables here, because I like that idea of having round tables, because the cauldron is round, so we reference the big cauldron that Snape's going to use with the big round tables that the children are sitting on. And of course I have some little cauldrons on these tables that are from the Spooky pack. I think these are kind of like a laser show, so like little ghosts come out. It's like a special kind of, you know, lamp, so to speak. And yeah, of course, lots of knickknacks. Like, I mean, you already see this in all of the interior design. It's lots and lots of decoration, and yeah, it's actually lots and lots of fun, to be honest, to try to put this into the Sims 4. So yeah, I really hope that you like it. Here we are in the kitchen. The kitchen, by the way, is under the Great Hall, and then actually they, the house elves have like the same amount of, you know, tables, and can beam the whole stuff. Like they set the table in the kitchen, then they can beam this up like with magic, whatever, to the tables on top. I don't have that space here, so I only have like one reference table. So just keep in mind that for me, just because I had some restrictions here with the space, we have one table, and they multiply that and put that on the tables above in the Great Hall. This is how my Hogwarts is supposed to work, of course. So yeah, huge fireplace, lots of stove, lots of sinks, because we have to cook a lot and clean a lot here. And I think the kitchen is not very described in the book, so I had lots and lots of freedom how this looks like. And I actually wanted it to make all like little small, so that the house elves can reach it. But then again, we don't have house elves in The Sims 4, and I want your Sims to be able to cook something here and eat something, you know. So yeah, here we go. This is your kitchen. You can use it. You can eat something at Hogwarts if you want to. And yeah, of course, lots of decorations for that kitchen as well. Also in the basement are the Slytherin common room and the Hufflepuff common room. I myself am a Hufflepuff, so excuse me if the Hufflepuff common room is looking way better than the other ones. But yeah, of course I read like more about Hufflepuff, but it's a round room and it has supposedly some round doors and round windows. Since this is a basement, the windows are actually, dumb. You know, it kind of doesn't make sense in The Sims 4 here, but I wanted to have them because they're definitely referenced there in the books. And the color is of course yellow here. So we go with really friendly colors of yellow, and since we all agree, or like lots of people kind of say that the Hufflepuffs are the stoners of Hogwarts, we also have a bubble bar, you know, which basically is a hookah, or like what I used to call a shisha. So we have that there as a reference, so your Hufflepuff Sims can get a little bit high there, whatever. And we have of course a foosball table and like a Jenga table. I'm not sure what it's called in Simlish, but it's basically something like Jenga, something like that. So we have like lots of, you know, fun kind of things, and of course lots of plants, because it's supposed, it's said that the Hufflepuffs are pretty good at herbology and kind of that kind of stuff. So we reference that here as well, that they have a talent for this. And of course, by the way, the most famous Hufflepuffs are Cedric Diggory and the new Newt Scamander. You know, Newt Scamander from the Fantastic Beasts franchise, also Hufflepuff. So I think it's getting more, I don't know, cooler to be a Hufflepuff, so to speak. So that's cool. By the way, I always wanted to be a Slytherin, but I did this test on Pottermore like 3 times with different accounts, and I swear to God that I chose totally different answers, and I always got Hufflepuff. And then after the 3rd try, I was like, okay, so apparently I'm a Hufflepuff, and now I'm actually pretty cool with it. You know, now I'm cool with it. But I needed to warm up to the Hufflepuff pride. But I'm pretty, I'm cool with it. Here we are in the Slytherin common room, which is actually, I changed a lot here. By the way, there is a logic kind of thing that I hate about the book. So Draco Malfoy is one of the most snobbish people ever. You know, it's like kind of like a huge douche kind of guy. And he's supposed to be like in an old clammy basement room that is under a lake. You know, and he should be fine with that? No. I always thought that Slytherin would always look a little bit more sophisticated than it is referenced in the books. So this is what I do here. It's looking a little bit more elegant and posh than the other rooms. The other rooms are quite cozy. And this one is cozy too, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit more, some of the stuff looks a little bit more ornamented, has more texture, looks a little bit more as if it's more expensive, so to speak, because I wanted it to be perfect for our little Draco Malfoy, so that he can have like the best common room ever. So yeah, this is what I do here, and I really hope that you like it, guys. This is basically the whole interior design. Of course, I did way more rooms and like hallways and stuff, but I can't show you everything, So here we are with the screenshots. So this is the layout, the basement, the first floor and the second floor. If you want to rebuild this or want to see, where everything is located, here you go, guys. I really hope that you like it. And maybe this helps you as well if you want to rebuild this. I put the grid on. Yeah, if you want to rebuild this. It takes quite some time. And here we are in the video tour. Look at our beautiful Hogwarts. We always do a video tour at the end. I'm really sorry for the cursor that is there. I think it has to do with a mod that I use to record these kinds of panning shots. And later on, I kind of recognized that the cursor is there. I never had this. I think it has to do with some update, and now that the mod is not working properly anymore. So sorry for the cursor, but yeah, I will look into that for the future videos, of course. And yeah, here we are with Hogwarts, my beautiful long time build. I have lots and lots of references in there. I couldn't show you everything in this video, so the video tour I think is perfect for that. Hardcore fans will of course find lots and lots of, you know, errors here and there, but please keep in mind that the Sims 4 has some build restrictions. We had some restrictions because it changes in the movies, and some stuff in the movies doesn't make sense if you read the books, so to speak. So I had, of course, my kind of freedom how everything looks like, but this is how my Hogwarts looks in The Sims 4. And I really hope that you like it, guys, because it took me quite some time to put this together. And I just thought for Halloween, for the upcoming University pack, and after the Realm of Magic pack, this is the perfect time to build this for you guys. And I really hope that you enjoy this. If you want to download this, by the way, I will put the download link in the video description down below. And it's also up on the Sims 4 gallery under my EA ID Simproved and called Hogwarts. So if you want to have this, you can download this for free and enjoy. And here we are in the Great Hall. There is also a plus in the Great Hall. Glitter is raining from the ceiling. Yes, you can see this in the live stream where we built this together. There are also the floating candles, of course. We only have 2 rows of benches, like tables, because of, yeah, restrictions in size. And here we are in the moving staircase corridor. Here it is a tower, of course, and lots of pictures where the moving and talking witches and wizards can talk to the kids and insult them or whatever they do all day. But yeah, this is, I guess, the most expensive room because of all the very expensive paintings. But I really like how it turned out. And here we go through the painting of the fat singing lady, I think, if I translate this correctly from German into English, to the common room, the Gryffindor common room. And yeah, we have the fireplace, red and gold everywhere, a little Jenga table as well, really cozy. And I also put some candy in there because of Bertie Bott's, you know, like kind of like candy that they eat a lot there as well. It's referenced in the book, so I thought, hey. And this is one of the dorms. We only have like 1 dorm for each common room because, or each house, because I just thought otherwise I can't fit everything in there. But yeah, the Ravenclaw common room, by the way, has a statue of Rubina Ravenclaw, I think is her name. So there's a statue of a woman there as well as reference, and of course some blue and light silver. I think they have bronze actually, but I like the lighter browns as well. And here is basically their dorm room. I really like that we have so much blue kind of freaky classical stuff that fits into the whole Harry Potter world. I also love how the herbology classroom looks like, really cool. And of course the, what's it called? The, not nursery, but like, you know, the hospital wing or something like that. Yeah, could use some of the get to work stuff here because of medical stuff. I think real magical people wouldn't use them, but I just needed them as reference so you can see what it is supposed to be. Here's the alchemy room, which I think you never see in the movies, but it's referenced in the books. So here we go. Here's one of the 4 offices of the head deans of each house. This is supposed to be for Snape. And here we are already in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, which is one that I started with, by the way. And yeah, we have lots of spooky kind of stuff here as well, but it kind of looks all very Simlish, you know, kind of very fits into the Sims kind of stuff. And the divination room is kind of really crazy because of all the bowling balls that are supposed to be crystal balls here as well to look into the future. And yeah, the dueling room as well. Told you that there's like a long blue cloth table. And yeah, I just thought that it's like a cool reference. We need this. And the kitchens. We are already in the basement, so here's the kitchen under the Great Hall, which turned out really cool. And yeah, I really hope that you like it as well. Here we are in the Hufflepuff common room. Yes, Hufflepuff pride. Oh my god, it looks so cute with all of the plants. By the way, there is always a picture of Helga Hufflepuff over the fireplace holding her cup. So we have that here as well. But she's not holding a cup, you have to imagine that here in The Sims 4. And I really like how also the common room looks like really cozy, kind of really friendly with lots of these plants and candles and stuff. And here's one of my favorite classrooms, the potions classroom, which turned out really great, especially because we have so much stuff from bars that we could use there, like these behind bars stuff to use as reference for potions. And I just thought this is cool. We have so much stuff for the potions classroom, looks amazing. I also like how sophisticated the Slytherin common room looks like. It was really cool. I also have lots of pictures of Vlad there because this is supposed to be Salazar Slytherin, of course. So yeah, don't hate me that I put him everywhere. It's the same picture, but welcome to The Sims 4. We don't have so many swatches for this stuff. But I really like how it turned out, all in all, even though it took me so much time. And here's how it looks like in the evening, which is just beautiful in The Sims 4. I really love Hogwarts, my Hogwarts builds at night because it's so nicely lit. Looks really cool. And this is when I love it the most. So yeah, this is basically the end of this whole video, guys. So like I said, if you want to download this, you can download this for free. I will put the download link in the video description down below, and you can click on it and come to the gallery, and there you can have it and put into your game for free. You know, play with it, test it, whatever. Do whatever you want with the Hogwarts now. I really hope you like it. And also feel free to write me in the comments what I have to build next. Maybe something more for university and my Willow Creek campus would be cool. Now that Spooktober is over and we have the perfect, huge, you know, Halloween kind of build here. I hope that you liked the whole Spooktober where we did spooky builds. I know Hogwarts isn't that spooky, but you know, that we have university soon. It kind of was the perfect middle between Realm of Magic and university. So here you go, guys. And yeah, this is basically it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like Sims 4 builds and hit the bell button so you get a notification. And yeah, give us thumbs up if you like it and give us thumbs down if you don't like it. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!